Question 13. Call the Honourable Member for Douglaston.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I beg leave to ask the Chair of the Manx Utilities Authority what consideration the authority has given to the introduction of a single occupancy discount for water and sewerage rates.
Call the Chairman of the Manx Utilities Authority to reply.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And again, I thank the Honourable Member for his question. Water and sewerage charges are levied under the Water Act 1991, Sewerage Act 1999 and Rate and Valuations Act 1953 to 1973. The legislation and charging processes do not make provision for a reduction in charges where only a single person is occupying a property. Previous administrations have undertaken to look at modernising the rating legislation, but this has not been put into effect at present. As such, Manx Utilities has no plans to introduce a single occupancy discount rate for water and sewerage at this time.
Supplementary question, Mr Thomas.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Has the Chair been fully briefed about 20 years of investigation of single occupancy discount by the Water Board, the Water and Sewerage Board and Manx Utilities Authority? And is he aware that the most recent recommendation in the consultancy report attached to the October 2018 pricing strategy talked about, well, recommended against the introduction of water charges linked to household occupancy or a single person discount? Although pensioners on low incomes may often be the single occupant of a household, it is an imperfect indicator of income status, and the latter is best organised through formal welfare support schemes. Single occupancy discounts would also need to be monitored, and this would create additional complexities and administrative cost burdens on Manx Utilities that would need to be reflected in charges to other customers. On balance, we would argue against the introduction of a single occupancy discount. Does the Chair want to confirm then that in 20 years of investigations, the Water and Sewerage Authorities have always come down against introducing single-person discounts?
Thank you, Mr Speaker. First part, and I do thank the member for his supplementary question. I'm more than happy for the member to sit with me and to educate me with 20 years' worth of information. I'm more than happy to do that. I think it's worth pointing out that the debate back in October 2018 in Tynwald did not propose a single occupancy discount. I think it's also worth mentioning if we do introduce a single occupancy, there will be winners and losers. Some people will be paying a higher rate and some people will be paying a considerably less. But again, I'm happy to sit with the member. I'm happy for him to educate me and to see if there's anything we can do and look at this. But this is a wider policy that needs to be brought forward, possibly by government and the Manx Utilities, just to implement it if and when the government decides the time is right.
Honourable members, that concludes the hour available for oral questions. Mr Thomas.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I beg to move that Understanding Order 3.512, the time for table questions be extended to permit the remaining questions to be answered at this sitting.
Seconder for that motion, Mrs Barber.
Happy to second.
I put the question that standing orders be it's not suspended anymore, but we allow the completion of oral questions at this sitting. Those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it.